Hello guys, and welcome back to the 5th episode in my Rebuilding Brighton series. If you're enjoying the series, make sure you smash that thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode in this series. Since you guys left us, we've done quite well and we're still all the way up in first place in the Sky Bet Championship. A really disappointing result against Millwall just before, but we have some good news to speak of. Trossard is finally on form. Over the last few games, he's picked up 5 goals and 2 assists. And I'm very happy with starting him right now, unlike last episode where couldn't have said anything worse about him. And if you'll notice, if you have keen eyes, you'll see we are in the January transfer window and we have already done some business. And I think it's probably all the business we're going to do, to be honest. If we go into transfer history and scroll down all the way to the bottom, you'll see that we've sold Gyro, which is really positive because he just wasn't making much of an impact in our squad. We've also gotten rid of Alzate and Basuma to try and get them some experience out in other teams, making a bit of an impact for them. We've brought in Billingham, who is a great 17-year-old, really good potential, and I always see him do really well in Football Manager. We picked him up for 22 million, which is a big fee, but I think in a couple of years' time he will be worth double that. We've also brought in a young Argentinian striker by the name of Chinon, and he looks pretty good. We've had to tell him that he'd be an important player because Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, Real Madrid were all looking at him, and I was just like, I want him. So he might kick up a wee bit of a fuss about that, but hopefully he doesn't get too upset that he is not going to be starting over our boy Mayoral. This is the squad that we're going to go into the first game of the episode with, and it is up against Southampton in the Cup, and we have another signing to announce. Not quite a signing, but we were finally able to get a work permit for McAllister, so I've brought him back from loan. And I tried playing with a 4-3-3 attack system to try and get him involved, but he just didn't play well and the system wasn't really working. If you see how he played at Mainz, 7 goals, 5 assists in the Bundesliga, that is pretty impressive, so we're more than happy to have him in our side. And we're going to jump straight into this match against Southampton, away from home in the second round of the FA Cup after our win to Bournemouth, and see if this new look side can get a win. Southampton coming in with a pretty strong side. Shane Duffy coming up against us again, and it's always nice to see a familiar face in the 11. Redmond is playing amazingly for them in the league and in the cup, I think. He's scored the most goals and gotten the most assists for their team, and we're going to have to keep an eye out for him during this match. I've gotten some instructions and hopefully that can break him down. Early doors, we're not doing too much. Southampton has 3 shots to our 0. Maybe our new look striker hasn't quite adapted to the way that we play straight away, and we can't always expect them to do that, but I might move back down to a positive because, a balance, because positive seems to be not doing much for us. So if we can, kind of sit back a little bit and create our chances in a more balanced approach, then I'll be very happy to see this tactic actually work. Cupazano manages to get a tackle in, and our new look striker has a chance, but he shoots just wide. I'm just going to keep saying Argentinian striker or new look striker, just because that name is not the easiest to pronounce either, and you guys know that I am not known for my great pronunciation of names. Even half of the names I do know, I'm not sure if I'm actually pronouncing them right, and he almost gets a goal there. This balanced approach seems to be working a lot better, and I'll certainly be trying to keep it on this for the rest of the game. March puts in a good corner, but it's cleared away, and I think that's probably the end of the chance. Yes, it is. We want to try and bring Bailly off for a little bit of time, because although he's playing amazing, and in my opinion been one of our signings of the season, he gets tired pretty easily, so we want to make sure that he will be available for all of the league games, because he is so crucial to our 11, and we do have a chance here now. But again, our new striker, Shone, is just not showing that he can score goals. And from a striker, that is what you expect. And there's no way you're going to be an important player in our squad unless you can score those chances, mate. Mayoral even would score that, and he's been pretty inconsistent this season. But he has been getting better, actually, as you guys were off camera. I thought I should probably mention that. He's doing a lot better now, but he's still not the star striker that we thought we were going to get. Maybe we have another chance here. This game has been chock full of chances, but it does fizzle out. And going into half-time, I think it's going to be 0-0. Pretty even match. And I say that despite the 13 shots to our 4. But if you take a look at what the chances we actually saw on the TV were, it was pretty even. I'm going to tell the boys we're not happy with how they're playing, though. We do need to even out those shots, but we do have another chance here, and it might go Southampton's way as they put in a good pass into their winger, and we managed to get it in the hands of our reserve goalkeeper Walton, who is apparently having a really good match. And I don't mind to see that, because I think we've just signed him on a new contract, because he has a little bit of potential, and he is pretty happy with being that backup goalkeeper. I don't feel like we need to think about getting another goalkeeper unless a really good one comes up, like I have said before. The game is continuing on, and a change is probably needed. Shown, I have no idea. Our new striker is just not cutting the mustard, so I think it is time we brought on Mayoral to try and make a difference up there. If he scores in this chance, I'd be more than happy to keep him on, but right now, he has shown no signs that he's going to do that. So I really hope that he makes me eat my words, but I imagine, again, this is just one of those stupid chances that we don't actually need, and they're just there because we've made a substitution. Trossard does put a good ball up to our new striker, and he is offside, and that is his last contribution on his debut for the team, and promising signs. You can say that getting into the right position is half the effort of being a striker, but you really do need to finish those one-on-ones. I think he had about 3 clear-cut chances in that match, so I hope that Mayoral can come on and straight away make an impact, but just like our young striker, he cannot finish his dinner this game, and we are having 6 shots to their 18. It seems like all of the chances are going our way, though, so I'm a little bit confused by those stats. I think another change is needed, or maybe just a change of formation. Bring McAllister up, put him on support, bring Buffonta up, and then move to more positive, see if that does anything. And I might bring Gray on for March out on that left. Gray has fizzled out a little bit, calming down a little bit now, and he's playing a bit more like he did at the start of the season, but I'm not too worried about that because I know that he is very capable of coming on, scoring some goals and playing really well for us, just like he has throughout most of the season, to be honest. Trossard finally has a chance to show you guys that he can do stuff in this football team. Trossard's running past everyone, going past the whole team, and he takes a shot that gets deflected, and that would have been an amazing goal, probably the goal of the season in my opinion, but Foster gets it very easily into his hands, into his path, and that fizzles out the chance. We have 4 minutes of additional time, and I think we're going to look at a replay here. Going to go attacking, because I don't know if I really have time for replays, but I don't think it's going to do anything. No, we do have one last chance, and if either team score, this will be very dramatic. And it seems like it's going to go Southampton's way if it is a chance. Duffy on the ball, plays it back to Foster, and we need to try and get the ball back if this is going to be our chance. But Redmond, the danger man, is running with the ball. I told them to close him down and they can't do it, but Ings hits the post luckily for us, and it looks like this game is going to be going to a replay unless Southampton can score a goal from this corner. It is headed away. Trossard does a terrible clearance, and it's being played all the way back to the Southampton goalkeeper, kicked forward, and that is probably game, set, and match. We're going to go to a replay, I think, and it will be obviously at our home stadium, so maybe we'll have a bit better of a chance to win that. But yeah, don't really love adding more fixtures to the list if I don't have to. I'm acting like the game's over, and it is now, finally. I'll say it was unlucky. It wasn't the best day at the office, but it wasn't the worst day at the office. We could have played a lot better, but we're going to jump straight into our game in a few days against Brentford and see if we can win that. Just before we jump into the game, I just want to let you know what's going on in the transfer window. We have signed Vallejo on a pre-contract expiry from Real Madrid, looking like a really good centre-back who will jump straight into our side, hopefully in the Premier League. And Trossard has been made an offer from Newcastle, 20 million, but I didn't accept it, and if you'd given me that chance a few weeks ago, I definitely would have said yes, but because of his good form lately, I said no, and hopefully he doesn't bite me in the butt. And Done has gone out for 12 million. Gosh, I would have loved 20 million, but not quite 12. Because we have brought in this new young striker, and Mope is also a pretty good backup, so I don't feel like we really needed him, but unfortunately he's the captain of our side, and I completely forgot it. Everyone is upset now. The dressing room atmosphere is not good, so hopefully it doesn't affect our performances on the pitch. But we have brought in Ramos as our new captain, so welcome him as our new captain for the side, and hopefully he can lead us to glory in the first match where he is captain. And it just goes to show how good our current midfield is, that our brand new record signing Billingham is not on the starting lineup, and I don't think he will be for a wee bit of time unless Cuperzano or someone isn't playing very well. And we score a goal early on. Gosh, I completely blanked out there for a minute. Mayoral has scored, and Cousins with the assist, just as I'm talking about how good he is on the pitch. He manages to score there, and that's a really good way to start the match. 3 shots, 3 on target, 55% possession. Definitely happy with that performance to start off with. Mayoral has scored quite a few in this league now, and I'll check after this chance, which almost goes in for Brentford. Definitely some warning signs there, but our brand new captain, Ramos, has come in big and managed to save it for us. Luckily, they put in a terrible corner, and I think that the chance is going to fizzle out now, and we'll check out how many goals Mayoral has scored this season. 12, and it could be 13, because I can never remember if they register the goals that are scored in the game. Bailly with a goal, Cataldi with the assist this time. Both of the midfielders that I was saying were great at the start of the match, playing well, getting assists, and Eric Bailly with his second goal of the season makes it 2-0. That's what we want to see. Always talking about how good Eric Bailly is, and when he scores goals like that and is currently keeping a clean sheet, he is definitely proving my point. I always knew he was going to be good coming in from Manchester United. A really experienced player. He's certainly one of the most valuable players in our side, not just on market value, but for our team. I feel like he is helping us build towards what we want to be, the Premier League team that is able to actually solidify a place next season in the Premier League. But we have to get out of this championship first, and we need to keep our eyes on the prize. And the prize is first place right now, and a 2-0 result will definitely help us get us on the way to that first place spot. Southampton are the only team that are really chasing us right now, but I think it's West Brom that also have a bit of a chance of coming up behind. But because we beat them just a few days ago, I think they're out of the running just for now, unless one of us take a bit of hit in the form area. But I can't see that happening for us, unless the dynamic sort of creeps in and creates an issue, which I'm really hoping it doesn't. Otherwise, I'd be very much regretting selling Andone. The team is not doing much the second half. I don't even think we've had a shot on target, so we need to keep an eye on that, and maybe a change is needed just for some fresh legs. I don't think anyone's playing badly, but it's always good to get a new player in there to mix it up and try and get the boys playing well again. And I don't know if March is that player, but he's going to be the man to come on nonetheless. Gray is just not having a good day, and he hasn't had a good day for quite some time now. I'm a little bit concerned, but he's still been one of the best players for us this season, so I got to show him a bit of faith and hope that he can turn it around later in the season. We finally have some shots, and I don't know if that's March coming on that's doing that, or just the general complexion of the side. Billingham is going to come on for Cuperzano. I think he should be okay in that box-to-box midfielder role. All of the stats, apart from aggression, he seems to have, so I think I'm going to chuck him in there, and that might be a bit of a regular spot for him if Cuperzano isn't playing amazing, which he hasn't been playing bad, certainly, but I know that Billingham is certainly capable of playing even better. I'm very happy with the signing. 22 million is steep, but he is 17 years old. He is younger than me, which is saying something, and he will be able to come in and be a solid midfielder for years to come, hopefully with Cousins. Cataldi might grow a bit older, a bit quicker, but Cousins and and Billingsley will certainly be here for many, many years to come. And that is full time. 2-0 against Brentford. Very happy with that performance. I'll tell the boys that they have done well. Still in that top spot, and that's what we want. A few more days of the transfer window left, and we'll let you guys know in the next episode if anything happens. But that is going to end this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you smash that thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode.